where does that resonance and dissonance come in?
Yeah, well, the resonance and dissonance is a very personal feeling in the body. And we know, you can take it back when your mum, growls at you when you're a kid. You feel it, right? You might feel hurt, you might feel shame, you might feel sadness. There's all sorts of feelings that can come into that equation, but you feel it very powerfully. And that's a feeling of dissonance. Whereas, if your mum says to you, "Oh, geez, Scott, what you did there was great. Thank you so much for cleaning up the kitchen for me." It's like, that's what I mean about pumping up tires. Immediately you feel, "Oh, brilliant. Well, I'll do that behavior again. Tomorrow I'm going to clean up the kitchen too, because mum made me feel really good. Mum said nice things to me." So it's learnt in childhood. It's a deeply human thing. And so when you go to work and someone says, "Oh, stop being an idiot," or, "Oh, you didn't do very well there." There's ways of giving feedback that can create resonance. It's like, and there's ways of giving feedback that can create dissonance, that feeling of worth, that feeling of value, that feeling of belonging, that feeling of being cared for. If you don't get that, you immediately feel dissonance. And when it happens once, it can be forgiven. Oh, maybe the boss is just having a bad day. He looks a bit tired. Maybe something's happening at home. Okay, good. I'll carry on. Then it happens again. It's like, then it happens again. And you realise that, and the sadness about this is that leap, that mental leap to go from the boss is having a bad day to the boss is having a bad week to the boss is having a bad 6 months, is not easy. And after the first occasion it becomes a week, you start thinking the boss is an a-hole, or the boss is, this or that. Now, the fact is the boss might be having a crisis in their life that we don't know about. But when they're treating us badly and they're creating that feeling of dissonance in our body, all our emotions come to the fore, and we say, "Oh, not a good person, I need to get out of here, this is bad." And you start going, when you have dissonance, you start going down that well-being ladder, and you just get into that place of just surviving, and you're coming to work because you need the salary. That ain't a great way of creating workplace excellence where the company thrives and the company delivers. So if we can have everyone feeling this sense of resonance, and it doesn't mean that somehow everyone's going to be walking around and being nice to each other, oh, sweetness, and we're all doing such a great job. No, we need to give feedback sometimes. Sometimes things don't work. Sometimes someone did make a mistake. But if we can give them feedback that creates resonance and say, "Well, it was really good the way that Mary gave me that feedback. She told me, and I understand. Yeah, I actually did that wrong, but she's helped me understand where it went wrong and how I can fix it. I feel that I'm valued and I'm cared for in this workplace." That's resonance. So the more resonance we can create for people, and we can move away from this feeling of dissonance, then individuals can thrive and they can go up the wellbeing ladder because they feel that they're valued. They start to feel excited about coming to work because I'm treated with respect there. That creates this energy that then lifts the whole organisation. And the whole organisation can thrive and flourish because the people are thriving and flourishing. And that's where this measurement, this sense of resonance and dissonance, and we've all, I've walked into workplaces where, you can just feel it. It's in the air. There's just it's a body language. It's in the tone of voice. And like this, there's people here under pressure. This is a place of dissonance. And you feel it. You feel the dissonance. It's like electricity in the air. And so the job really is to sit down with people and say, how do we get back to resonance?